Hi everyone. Starting off a DC motor, the maximum current that the DC motor can safely carry during the transient of short duration is limited by the armature current. That armature current need to be limited that starting current, and without sparking, the commutation should be happen without any sparking. But theoretically, the commutating pole windings is expected to cancel out that all the voltages opposing the commutation at all values of the speeds and current, so that there won't be any sparking. So the commutating pole winding should be take care of that, limiting the current and without sparking the commutation. But in practice it is not adequate or it is not sufficient. So the sparking occurs and the windings also will get heated in the DC motor. So that's what it happens. That's why we need to take care of the starting of the DC motor. So generally for uncompensated machine, the currents will be kept at 2 times of its rated value. And for specially designed machines or compensated machines, the current may be kept up to 3.5 times of the rated value. So by while starting, or if we start the motor with full voltage, generally in medium size motors, if we start the motor with full voltage, the current may go up to around 20 times of its rated value, because the opposing resistance is very less. Only armature resistance need to oppose the flow of current. That's why the current will be more than its design specifications, like 2 times of its rated value or 3.5 times of its rated value. It will go around 20 times of the rated value. We need to limit that current. So to limit that current, either we can reduce the voltage, we can apply the voltage gradually. But as this is DC motor, we don't have any transformer, right? If we have transformer, we can adjust the knob of the transformer, auto transformer, and we can increase the voltage gradually, so that the limited voltage will be applied in the starting and the voltage will be increased gradually. But when you keep the supply voltage constant, then the other way to limit the starting current is we need to reduce the drop across the series resistance. Initially we need to apply more resistance, then we need to cut down the resistance gradually, so that the current will be limited in the starting. That's why we'll use the starters, right? Starters are used to cut down the resistance. Initially it will have high resistance, then the resistance will be cut down one by one, or gradually the resistance will be cut down. Generally the speed controller, whatever the speed controller we are using, the same speed controller need to work to limit the current during the starting of the motor. So in the applications like where it is not requiring the frequent starting, if it is not requiring the frequent starting, the sectionalized resistance in the armature circuit is used to limit the current. Where it is not frequent starting is required, there we can use the sectionalized resistance. At standstill in the starting, the back EMF of the motor is 0, and only the resistance which opposes the flow of current is armature circuit resistance at standstill, which is quite small. For any type of the DC motor, the armature resistance is very small. So without adding this resistance initially, the total supply voltage is applied to this armature, and supply voltage is divided by that corresponding armature resistance, which is very small, will allow the maximum current through this armature without having these resistances. So if a DC motor is started with such full voltage across the armature, a very high current will flow through this armature, which may damage this armature of the motor due to the heavy sparking at the commutator, and also the windings will get heated because of the high flow of current. So it is necessary to limit that current to a safe value during the starting. We need to take care of the current limitation during the starting alone. So when the motor speed is controlled by the armature voltage control, let us take, if the motor speed is controlled by the armature voltage control, the controller which controls the speed need to limit the motor current during the starting to a safer value. The same controller need to work for both speed controller as well as the current control in the starting. That's what speed controllers can do. In the absence of such controllers, if there is no speed control requirement in the applications, then what we need to do? A variable resistance controller is used for starting. A variable resistance controller means like this. In the starting, if we don't want to control the speed, we can use the variable resistance controller like this. It's just similar to the starter of a DC motor. In the starting, we'll use in the DC machines lab, if you see, we'll use the starter, right? When we are moving that starter from one position to other position, initially we are offering the high resistance and we are reducing we are cut down the resistance gradually. We are opening these contactors gradually to cut down this resistance, and directly the supply voltage will be applied to the armature in the steady state. That's what this figure shows. So here supply voltage, instead of applying directly to the armature, their resistances are connected with the contactors. Initially, the total supply voltage by closing all these contactors. So by opening all these contactors, the supply voltage is applied. When it reaches to the steady state, one by one resistance will be short circuited. If it closes, means it will get short circuited, right? Then likewise, one by one resistance is getting short circuit, means we are reducing the resistance in series with the armature through this short circuit path, so that the resistance is cut down gradually when you are closing the switch one by one. Then at last we can close this switch so that only field winding is connected in parallel with the armature and supply voltage. So that's what we'll do in the starting of the DC motor. As the motor accelerates and the back EMF rises, initially the back EMF is 0. As the motor accelerates, the back EMF will also increase, or it will rise. One section of the resistor is cut out at a time. That means it will be short circuited either manually or automatically with the help of the contactors like starters. We'll do that such that the current is kept within the specified maximum and minimum value as shown in this figure. So your characteristics, at last we need to get these characteristics. If your armature resistance is more, the IaRa drop is more. When IaRa drop is more, you'll get the characteristic. This is the IaRa drop, right? Because of IaRa drop, the characteristics will shift down here. When you are offering the high resistance, the characteristics will be like this. When it reaches to some minimum current, Ia minimum, then again we need to further reduce the armature resistance. Again, armature resistance is going to be reduced continuously, so that we don't look for that Ia minimum, Ia maximum exactly, and we do not operate that contactor. Just initially we need to allow the minimum current. For that we need to keep the maximum resistance, and gradually will reduce the voltage directly, so that the current will be within the specified maximum and minimum values of the armature current. That's what this diagram shows. So it will not go beyond its minimum value, it will not go beyond below its minimum value, beyond its maximum value, so that the safe operation of the DC motors will we can expect. So this is what about the starting of the DC motor.